this high, seeing all these people. It's the same thing.
How do you feel about something like
Yo, that's the
All right, let's see if this works. Let me know if the audio is working.
So, to speak on what you're
I don't
saying,
know what I did.
read.
I can't figure out what I did differently. But let me know if I'm heard by everyone, okay? Yeah. Let me continue what I was saying though. Let's peace, God. When we create, right? It comes out of the unknown. When you create a verse, when you write a verse, when you make anything, we create life. Everything is out of the unknown. So the only thing that people fear is the unknown, having a lack of knowledge. But we create out of the unknown. We're creating anew, things that didn't exist. So the way, the wisdom of our culture, the way of our life, the way of our culture is to what? Born that equality, to go into that unknown and create, right? So that's important. It's important to know that. So this idea of fear is something to delve into.
So
you know what I mean?
When you say born that unknown and you say drowning my beliefs, does that correlate in any sense? So it's like, okay, I see my limitation and I can work around that and build around it.
I would say this though, as a newborn, as a young man, I would never respect the idea that you have limitations. You know what I mean? The fact that you were making them they only exist because you keep making them. You know what I mean? They only exist to me. You're at the age where you should be experimenting with all that you can do. You know what I mean? Oh, it's working. Okay, good. All right. But my apologies. My phone is off the hook because of this show that we're supposed to be doing that people aren't really feeling the idea. I'm growing weary of it.
People always got something to do. Say about what somebody else is doing. What are they doing?
That's,
you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes, God, that is something that allows me to push forward. But when I build with the older gods, I understand what they're saying because some of the people on the bill don't. Their MCing God has a lot of savagery, a lot of street rhyme crime in it. So it's not going to go well doing it in behind the school. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to work. And they added an artist that I really disagree with, though. And I didn't know that they officially added him. So it's just more headache than not. And anyway, that's one thing, And then there was another video. I like to express this so that way people know. We'll go back to what the points we were dealing with. But there's a video by UFO Feeve, Boricua rapper, Puerto Rican MC out of Spanish Harlem. So he's literally across the side here. He made a video called P.E.A.C.E. God. He's someone that has knowledge but wasn't taught officially under the study. Never really went into the classroom. I know him because I know a lot of MCs. I write about music. And in the song, what was interesting in the song, and P.E.A.C.E. God, in fact, thank you. I have to talk about this because people keep asking me about it. The song is the viewpoint of the young kid that doesn't want to listen.
Can you play the song? Can we hear the song?
It's not gonna play good on my speed. I'll play it here, okay? I'll play it here so you guys can hear it though. But the chorus is him saying that what you're trying to kick knowledge, like that famous quote that Jay-Z said, which is not his quote from movie. But anyway, there you go. I forgot the name of the movie, and thank you. But the verses are UFO's viewpoint as being the older hustler telling them how to build a better life. It's there clear in the lyrics. I'm getting calls that, they had the guy give cocaine and sell coke, crack, and drugs in front of the school. And I'm like, no, in the video, he gets wiser and he brings his own product, assuming it's drugs, right? But it ends up being a t-shirt, merch. And in the video, you can clearly see it's a merch. It's not a brick. You know what I mean? Anyway, so then people bug out because they see me at the end of the video with the MC and the young kid that's playing the ruffian. You know what I mean? That's trying to get better. But it's the chorus that is jarring to them because they clearly didn't hear the lyrics. You know what I mean? Of the verse. And it's interesting because people that aren't in this nation we're kind of understanding the point of the video. You know, that he's trying to teach the youngin, but he's not trying to listen. Whereas in the nation, they just don't like the idea of someone saying in any chorus that they're not righteous, though. And they're losing the artistic license of what the video is. But I'll play it real quick, though. I'm going to play it real quick. I don't know if the audio will translate through here, but it's really been a pain in my ass all day talking about this. And I just want to speak on it now so people can hopefully 3 minutes. You see the interaction?
While they studied the 120, I spun a 360 with the mayo jar. No enlightener, I learned to make the yayo hard. Rocks.
Now that's also UFO Thieves' life there. I know him. He didn't have an enlightener. He didn't learn this officially. He learned it and got righteous, but hearing things on the street. Never came to the school, never found a God to teach him. I build with him now as a grown man. So, you know, as a grown man that I add on with, right? Anyway, I'm just throwing that out there. But he's trying to say these instances, but as the voice of telling the kid about how he knows because he had to struggle to get things too.
A heart made of gold. We got what you need, twin. Just let us know. The rent is on the stove. The samples in his nose. The pails just landed. The weed is getting rolled. It's King Solomon, guiding me in all that I know. This empowerment, ghetto children getting this dough. Across town from where the guards met and build, where the Ricans and the Jacks, with the brothers selling krills. Every day life was real. No who died, no who killed. We were all best friends. Shouldn't know how that feels. Had to earn knowledge of self. Discern between power and wealth. Non-cipher, the babies keep a born on the belt. That's how it is, in and out the projects. I just want to raise the conscious. We move product, we don't move righteous no more. We getting dollars. Look at you,
this is what I'm getting
we move product.
Or I'm hearing about it.
No more, we getting dollars. Look at you, you trying to kick knowledge. We move product. We don't move righteous no more. We getting dollars.
It's really written in the call and response. So the chorus is written not as a chorus of most choruses in rap are affirming. Most choruses in rap are affirming. They're affirming what was said in the verse. This one is a call and response. It's most like other music. Like Sasa does that all the time. It's countering what he's saying, you know? And it's not being understood because they, you know, by 5%, because 85 people are like, oh yeah, you got to go to the school. I'm bugging out here.
Forgot about the you that wasn't having much. Rich now, yet all the bullshit keeps adding up. Fake love, clouds of better judgment. That's what hate does. Defy gravity. Stay down till we wake up. The wake up is for the sleeping. If the company you keeping is demons, the hell is what you reaping. I bet it on my team. They hate to see it cause we living our dreams. Steady boosting self-esteem and we getting to the cream. Red drew an eye to the skies, the high to the day that I die.
See, so you see how the verses are contrasting. So anyway, the chorus repeats itself, and by the end, he actually has sold a T-shirt, and at a law school, takes a picture with us, showing that we're with him, and then the kid is on his way in the journey because he has to keep making money out there, selling his work, his more righteous product, you know? Anyway, so that's the point. And look, I'm going to read you 85 quotes, 85 comments. I have to do this. Great commentary on different mindsets within one community. The conflict of financial security versus mental and spiritual upliftment is real. That's an 85er writing that. A lot of peace to the gods from 85s that they ain't even in this. You know what I mean? Yeah, so anyway, the point is made. The point is made. I'm sorry I had to address that and take time from things. You know what I mean? Yeah, people call up in arms, though, and they don't listen. And you know what's funny is that people say that they know hip-hop and they all these MCs, but they're not reading my 600-page books. They're not reading the hundreds of articles. They're not reading the interviews that I just interviewed him on Classic Storm Radio earlier this year and done multiple interviews with him. I don't know. I know that people. I have to answer to people that don't follow any of the stuff that I put out, any of the work though, don't support any of my work though. But then when they think something is wrong though, I can be lambasted and taken under the bus. Again, this happens in all ciphers and you will not escape it. We always have to show and prove. And I don't mind showing and prove because, I'm a journalist though. We have to explain things. You know what I mean? But anyway,
Yeah, so I guess they didn't really contemplate the song, like what the song is actually saying. See the hook
and
like,
I think
yeah.
now if this brother asks about the song, I am going to beat the hell out of him. No,
so there's this song.
No,
right?
God, you've seen Office Space, right?
Yeah.
I'm literally.
I was telling Big Son that.
I'm literally PTS reports all day, God. I'm in Office Space. I'm in Office Space today. It's PTS
Because
reports.
the first I heard it today, Kim had texted me and he was like,
No, and you know what's funny? You know how much I love Dark Kim and I love his music, what I've written though. But all of Dark Kim's songs are about the street life. And nobody says anything.
Well, you know what it is? I don't think it's the.
But he doesn't. Yeah.
It's the way the song and
Yeah.
the video.
You know what's
together is a
interesting?
little
I had said this
confusing.
right now
Watch it 2 times,
that it's very rare for hip hop chorus because they do this in salsa and other types of genres where the chorus is contrasting and not affirming the verses. And I thought the treatment in the video could have been better. Like
the chess scenes is fly.
Yeah, but instead of the random guy doing the chorus, what should have been was the kid doing the chorus. Then it would have made more sense.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If the kid was saying,
that's what I was talking
if the
about
kid, right? So it has to do with the treatment. But I didn't do the video. I didn't make the video. He told me what the video was about.
Yeah.
And I already knew their songs and albums. I literally interviewed him months prior. I've known him for years. So it just shows, though. I'm gonna tell you, it just shows people are not buying my books. So they're not buying the product, though, because then they would, you know what I mean? Like, how many thousands of pages do I have to write before people start?
Like I had to watch it more than once, though.
Yeah,
I had to listen to it quietly because I was in the office.
But when I heard the video, because remember, we built, me and him built UFO Thieves. So when he made the song, he was like, "Yo, check out the song." God, I mentioned that how I came up with that, and I was like, I heard the song, I was like, I had a double take. Then I talked to him about it though. So yeah, I have the advantage, but God, isn't hip hop supposed to be something that shocks us and makes us double take, double listen?
Yeah, if a song has no replay factor, then it's like
and it's not didactic. So, but the verses are the verses. If you listen to verses, clearly,
overall it was dope.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. Like the beat was hot, his flow is dope. Overall, it was dope.
Yeah. So anyway, again, UFO Thief has a lot of great music though. He's one of the great MCs of this era. You know what I mean? And he's a good brother. You know what I mean? And at this point, I'm getting a lot of hell about the concert on Saturday. And
why are you getting hell about the concert?
Because some of the artists aren't really righteous. They added an artist to the bill
it's not a righteousness fest. It's a fundraiser.
Go outside and tell that to Alim and a lot of the older guys that have been giving me hell the last hour.
Look, any artist that's willing to donate their time and their effort to something that they're not going to receive a penny.
You know what's crazy, Rio? Is that
in and of itself
you're an artist, I'm an artist, and I write about artists. I understand. They don't. So I probably suggest that we probably take it to Kingsland or something else that go,
It's a fundraiser and any venue
but
is going to
I'm hearing arguments about who's going to get the money too. So all around though, it's just being a pain in the ass. And I'm the host of it, so I end up being the guy that's supposed to.
And really, the money should just go into a fund
to have to explain it though.
The people that come
Maybe people should save the money and buy my damn books. And instead of telling me stuff, people want to call me that. Never call me and say kudos for what you did here or there.
Yeah, no, I definitely
But now
read your text when you're like,
you-
you're the only person who calls me for regular bullshit.
You text me,
Actually,
yeah, you're the only person that I like. This may not be about that. Day son, this is about other things. Like, oh, how are you doing, Sunez?
Did you see the new Rick and Morty anime?
Right. I'm getting calls from people that never give a 50 fucks about me.
No,
And
but
I'm like,
honestly, like, because this is a conversation that I've had with Rakim a few times, right? It's like you have a space here that's already there's zero overhead to do things here, right? So any place that you bring,
I had thought
overhead is going to cut into
Yeah,
the money that.
but I had thought
You know.
that the hatred of rap though had subsided and stuff. But to the way that like a lot of the elders are talking, they're like, you know, they're just old people trying to make records and stuff. And I'm like, damn, I make
And it's
records,
taken
you
away
know?
from
And
the
I'm like,
real conversation that should be about the fact that Juicy J has a jazz album out.
Rich just did that.
Robert Glasper's on it.
really? Right?
Yo, okay. The fact that I'm sitting here listening to a Juicy J album should tell you all you need to know about the quality of that album.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, for
Okay.
me to listen to it. No, he did his thing on it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I tried to explain it as best I can. You know what I mean? Listen, I don't get people calling. I'm going to be very upfront. I don't get people calling me about, yoga. What do you need to teach better here? How can we get more students and things? I don't hear any of that. You know what I'm saying? When there was COVID, though, I didn't hear any of these people calling me and telling me, and excluding the guys that are out there because they're angry, but they were here while COVID was going on.
Yeah.
So I listen. I'm always gonna listen to them because Shamar, Aline, they were here. Like when I was here during COVID, they were here. You know what I mean? You know, sans mask. You know, they weren't scared of me. You know what I mean? Right?
That was a wild time.
Yeah, you know. And I understand what people weren't, you know, like students weren't. Some people were uncomfortable. It's not good to teach in a place that people don't feel safe, though. So even if I'm like, you know, buckle up your immune system, buddy.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
it was pretty like just
you
very
know.
stripped down.
But the point being, though, is that I never get calls about this. I never get anything. You know, I don't get anything. I don't get any kind of say, you know, like, you know, if the, like no one said, hey, I heard your album, no. And it had a lot of insights, though. I didn't hear that. I heard, hey, what's you doing in this video? I can't be in the video now. You know?
Well, I mean, if they're going to shoot it in front of the school, somebody
Yeah.
should be in it.
But and clearly, like, maybe I'm the one to say who should shoot videos because clearly you didn't listen to the video. 85ers are understanding the concept. So it's either you don't understand the music, which is very, very likely. I'm being a jerk right now.
I'll be honest, that's what happened with me because I had to listen to it more than once.
But it was designed to be heard more than
But,
once because it's a contrasting song.
Yeah, so at first I was like, wait
The
a second.
lyrics
Why does it sound like
contrast
he's
the
dissing
chorus.
Yeah.
Right, he is
hold on.
dissing what he is saying.
But then you realize, like, oh, okay, he's speaking
Right,
as
right,
somebody
right.
else.
So that's why in the video, the mistake in the treatment was having someone else do the chorus. The kid should have did the chorus, and then it would have made total sense. It'd have been a kid and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And plus, 5%ers love children saying anything, so it could be wrong.
That's actually hilarious.
You know it's
So
true.
That's a whole sidebar. That
Yeah,
we have to have.
you know.
This comedy roast is going to happen off camera.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get beat up.
Yeah. But if the kid was saying it, it'd been okay. But listen, like I said, a young Daniel and stuff like that. Getting this knowledge of self, though, is always a fight against didacticism, being didactic, preaching, and all that. But at the same time, though, also challenging thought. You know what I mean? My favorite philosopher, Jiddu Krishnamurti, used to always say that if you don't question something that you know is the truth and continue to question it and challenge it every day, then it now lives in you as a belief. You see? So this is the kind of way, not the kind of way, this is the way that I instruct. This is the way that I teach. So there is no absolute. Even when I give you a plus lesson, like I will give you my understanding of math. Like if you say, listen, Sunez, I want to continue to learn with you. I will be emailing you my build on Supreme Mathematics, and yet I will be writing it as something that I don't want you to memorize, but something to help you understand it better and to also critique it better, and come back to me with better questions, so you could really analyze it.
That's why it's important to go over your daily math every day, and if you're going over it with other people, going first is always the easiest to do, right? Because when you go second, third, fourth, whatever, if what you were about to say, the guy who goes first says exactly what you were about to say, that kind of forces you to switch what you're going to say now, because you don't want to just parrot the last person who spoke. And it's like, every month you get the same numbers, but you don't want to have the same build on the same math, because then it just becomes robotic. So it's always good to go.
Yeah, the God IB said here. He said
that speaks to a wisdom being born because of your life experiences.
Yeah, exactly.
I appreciate that.
The God IB wrote here. He said that this is not going to go away. A lie will make it across the world before the truth puts its shoes on. I love that axiom though. But we are fearless in the truth, and so I could give a dog damn. I will do this barefoot. You know what I mean? Whatever forms I have, I will explain the thing. You know what I mean? And that's, you know what, God, I realize that the more I do stuff, that I encounter a space though, where it's not possible that I could have done something so right so long. So now something has to mar it. You know what I mean? It can't be all golden, And this is just some bullshit that people just make up and stuff while they've taught absolutely no one. I'll hear a response from no one who's actually taught no one in Spanish Harlem. Someone who's taught no one that is Puerto Rican. Someone who's taught no one that is MC or likes hip hop or anything. This is where I'm hearing it from. So it's like, it's funny who I hear things from. It's funny.
You gotta remember though, you're never gonna get.
I would say this though, God. I would have never come to that conclusion. See, when you ask me, it's fine with me, Rio, because you don't have to sit there analyzing the shit all day, because you know me personally. You can just be like, yo, what's up with the video? It seems a little weird, right? But if you don't know me, study real deeply what you think you're going to be accusing me of before you even come at me, because then I'm just showing you that you didn't do the knowledge very well, You didn't do the knowledge very well. And it's not like he's emceeing a mile a minute, though. I mean, it's today's era where we all rhyme slow BPM, It's almost.
But you got to remember, though, you're never going to have a unanimously correct C on anything.
Yeah.
The 14th, 15th, and 16th degrees lay that out perfectly.
Yeah.
That the majority is always going to be kind of whatever they told me it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then,
I just find it very, very funny. I don't see people doing things, and yet they are very quick to judge everything that is being done, and, I'm saying it's a very 85 way of doing things, the way people have come at me today. You know what I mean?
Have you tried responding to sarcasm?
Not yet, again.
Yeah, what are you doing listening to rap music? We fuck with country over here.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. That's funny. I tell you, man, we should just do an R&B concert.
Mm-hmm. Those types of songs where you
Clemente, peace.
Sky close.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna be on here too long though. I want to run home and read comic books. But
yeah, what you reading?
You know what? I've gotten into graphic novels the last year.
Which authors you?
Because it's the only kind of books that I can't read on here.
Yeah.
So taking my daughter to the library to try to enthuse her, I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm here to just.
Which authors?
So it's not really authors. I just go with superheroes I like.
So
I've been reading everything: Spider-Man, Wolverine, everything.
You gotta go Frank Miller if you're gonna go Wolverine.
Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I read a lot of.
He was the artist.
I've been reading a lot of the 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
Wolverines, which are real gritty, and Madripoor.
Yeah, that's Frank Miller. He did the
Yeah, those are crazy.
Yeah.
Those are crazy. I love those. You know what I mean?
And you gotta go for the same thing Frank Miller Daredevils. If you know doing the
I read it. I read a new Daredevil, like a new one, because the library has some new stuff.
Yeah,
I liked it. I didn't love it though.
the Kevin Smith one was really good.
You know, and I'm reading a lot, but I don't remember every author when I read it though.
You know what you got to get into those not superhero shit at all, but you got to get into Neil Gaiman. The Sandman series is.
I've seen those in the library. Yeah,
mind blowing.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna get that.
It's.
I just been a little kid with it. All the stuff that they wouldn't buy me when I was a kid.
Oh, you really want to get for stuff that they wouldn't buy you? You got to go Garth Ennis, because that is like.
You gotta text me some stuff. You gotta text me some stuff.
Yeah, I'll text you some stuff, and I'm saying it now just because I want them to hear it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So all y'all people out there in internet land. So there is this series called 100 Bullets, and it's written by Brian Azzarello. It's illustrated by Eduardo Risso, and it is like reading a Quentin Tarantino movie, but without all the N-bombs. It's a 13-book series. It's like, guys in sharp black suits doing crazy criminal activities.
Yeah, you got it. Definitely.
Deep Illuminati shit going on.
Yeah, I've kept it simple because they have so much material. So I've been reading Batman, Wolverine, Spider-Man was my favorite as a kid. So I'm reading tons of Spider-Man stuff. But all that was like, I got the old stuff. A lot of I've been reading a lot of 90s stuff, like the whole Carnage series.
Yeah, Carnage was great.
Yeah.
Because I always would follow authors more so than the
I see, yeah.
And Frank Miller's always gonna be like top tier for me.
Well shit, if he wrote those Wolverines I'm reading them.
No, he illustrated those.
Okay.
He wrote Sin City and he wrote the 3.
Okay.
Right? And a lot of his stuff is similar to that. He wrote the Dark Knight and Returns.
Oh, okay.
Old man Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And that's phenomenal.
I think I read that one too, yeah. That one was good.
And Grant Morrison has a really good Batman run. And it's like he kind of toes the line between like regular comics and just straight up fantasy stuff. Because he has like Bruce Wayne getting lost in time and all kinds of.
Oh yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, man. I mess with all that though. You know what I mean? Just to give me different perspectives and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really added on to
A lot of indie comics have more interesting writing than a lot of superhero stuff. Like David Latham's Stray Bullets is real good. Brian Michael Bendis has a great Daredevil run, and he also has these crime graphic novels called Goldfish, something like that. And those are like it's a lot of dialogue, but it's like
no, you know I don't mind reading. Yeah,
it's like those books that make for good movies. And Alan Moore, if you've never read Watchmen, that is
I have that. I'm reading it.
Level.
Yeah. I started reading that when I have that.
Dense, right?
Yeah, because my brother-in-law has this. He gave it to me. Yeah, that one is really good. Because my twin collects the books, and he was like, "No, read it first." He was like, "Read it first." So I was like, "Okay, I'll read it first."
Yeah, it's really thick and it's really political. Oh, Transmetropolitan, you personally would love. Because
definitely
Transmetropolitan is the main character is a guy named Spider Jerusalem. He's a journalist and he's the hero of the story. So the superhero is a journalist and his power is his articles, right? And he does have a weapon. He's got a gun that is a bowel disruptor array, and he sets it to prolapse.
This sounds more like Day Sun.
Yo, it's crazy. It's futuristic, and it follows a political campaign that every 4 years seems a little bit more and more familiar. Like we're definitely heading to that future.
Yo, that's peaceful. Yeah, text me when you get. Yeah,
because
I want to collect different things too. Because I'm already running out of the library's already running out of shit because I've been ODing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The catalog, and that's something I'm not reading on Captain America. I can't do it.
Those get a little wonky with the over the top patriotism.
Yeah, they get boring. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
But
so
that's why I'm suggesting a lot of like quote unquote.
Yeah, no, I want to read different ones too.
'cause
Yeah,
it's the superhero things. They get a little linear and they get a little repetitious.
That's true.
It's the same.
That's true. I agree.
It's the same fight over and over and over.
That's like the long novella, you know.
Yeah, whereas things like Transmetropolitan is like it's straight up politics.
Yeah,
and it's satire,
that's
and it's
peace.
funny. You know what I mean? Like it's deep, but it's also funny.
Yeah, that's peace. Yeah, guy. So Daniel,
See?
your work is to decide what you want to do. If you deal with this knowledge, is to find someone that's an enlightener. I present myself. If you want to learn, continue to learn with me, or not in that fashion, you're always welcome in the classroom. But I like to give people a whole week or whatever time they need, not just right on the spot here. You know what I'm saying? Know what you're getting into. You know what I mean? But either way, take down my email, and either way, I will send you some materials. Okay? This class comes with a curriculum, materials, and access to a lot of books because I have a huge digital library. Sunez97@gmail.com. So SUNEZ97@gmail.com. All right? Yeah, so I'm not gonna. Yeah, so I'm pretty much done for today. You know, I've had a lot of action before I got a lot of action before I got on and stuff like that. And it's only like no one's yelling at me about stuff, but they just don't understand though. You know what I'm saying? And it's wonderful that people want the school and everything seen pristinely, but it seems so performative to me. I got to be real. It seems so performative to me because they do so little. Like for some people, Allah Shah made a whole post about it. Why would you do that? See, I get to go online here and say that because why would Allah Shah, why would you do a whole video about the song when you know I'm in the fucking video? You know, and it's funny because no one's criticizing the Common P.E.A.C.E video, even though they didn't say anything in the video. And the whole album, Common uses our language in the most mystery God way you could use it. But I'm getting stuff. I'm getting it because something is having an artistic clash and is blatantly make people think clearly that the 85 understood the conflict in the song. Right? So before people act like they know more about this stuff, they should have contacted me like a lot of the people. I just got to keep it real. I'm surprised at the people that even care to act like they care because I don't see them doing much to any effect here. You know what I mean? A lot of the people that are calling me and stuff like that, they really should be here mopping and sweeping. But more holes I get into. But there will be a way that we could do stuff at a law school and reach out to the people that we know are not 5%. But
that's where the real duty is.
And the thing is, like, when I said yes to the video, I'm like, yo, a lot of people's gonna be in tune because he has a good audience, and they're gonna be like, oh man, that's the real jewels. Like that's where you gotta go get them, and they're gonna get it because they know the quote. The chorus is not really original; it's a quoted chorus, so they're gonna know where it comes from and stuff. So they're gonna know the dialogue. And the video, it starts. If you remember when you see the video, he starts with the dialogue, and then he don't want to hear him. So you get it, you know. The treatment could have been better with the
overall. It's good though.
Yeah, it makes enough sense.
It's the beat is dope.
Yeah, so you know, but anyway, just today's been the day where everybody is on me for PTS reports and
that would be great.
Did you get the memo? And this flyer has definitely been the memo for the concert. Because I did not get the memo. I disagree with some of the artists that are on the bill. I think now the bill is overwhelmingly crime rhyme.
But anybody willing to donate their time to raise funds that is not going to get a penny?
And that's that. I like that idea. Yeah. But the vitriol that they are speaking to, some of us that are doing it, some people are still confused about where the money is going. All I can say is that the money does not go in my pocket. No one has ever collected money for a law school. No money for a law school in Mecca has ever been donated to me.
She doesn't want to go to Malaysia because she come out of her own pocket to feed everybody during Sean.
No, I'm saying though. I'm just saying, all these years, no one ever said, "Hey, in our law school Mecca budget, Does Sunez need anything? You know what I mean? No one has ever even asked a question.
You got new desks.
But everybody's asking me the question about, oh, who's getting the money and this and that. And like I said, I don't know. You know what I mean? But that's what it is, right, God? Yeah, it's an issue. I'm still a little tired. So I'm going to let everybody go because I don't want to continue because, whoever real knows the anger I get, the more funny I'll get, and it'll just explode into a comedic vitriol. And I don't want to do that. So I will let everyone go. If anybody has more questions about this rap video, watch it again and write down and transcribe verse 1 and verse 2 before you ask me any questions about it. Peace.
Just start answering their questions with recommendations to Johnny Cash songs.